Hey guys, it's me again, and we're back looking at the Genie Tracdrive. This is going to be the last video that I get for you guys with the rails. We're going to be getting rid of them soon. But I had shown you guys all the parts and I showed you it all installed. And I kind of wanted to get a video of me putting it together, so this video I could say is kind of for those who don't have much experience with Genie Tracdrives. I personally don't have much experience with them other than putting this one together. And I don't know how to get this first rail out of the opener head, so yeah, and there's the tape. But there's the other two rail sections. We're going to be using my 4-wire deluxe one, which I'm not sure if it'd be the one that would come with it, but yeah, so I'm going to try to get me putting it together as best I can. So we got the trolley and dorm here, and all that. So I'm going to put the camera right here. So I'm going to put the camera right here. I don't know how well you guys can see there. I think you can probably see fine, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm going to put on the rails. So when you're putting all these together, if it won't slide in or slide out if you're taking it apart, you can put some silicone on it. I've already put this together, so I know I'm not going to need any. But basically, so you can see here that there are 2 slots in the rail. So there's the top one and the bottom one. So I'm going to take the camera over here because this is something important. So you see that the tape there is put in the top slot. So you have to put it in the same slot, all of them. And if you don't, then it's not gonna, they won't slide together all the way. So what you want to do is you take the end of the tape here and making sure you have the right slot, you slide it in there. You can slide it in like this. It's kind of hard, but you just, yeah. This tape's got somewhere in it. If you guys haven't seen any of my other videos with this, it's model 250. 250s are rare. No, even Genie Tracdrives are pretty rare. Alright. So I got it in finally. So now you gotta, so there's the rail clamp here, and you have these pieces here to put it in. So first thing you gotta notice is there's these black liners in there, and you gotta put them in the sections so that they stay like that. And if you're taking them apart and those liners aren't there, then it won't, and those liners are there and you're trying to slide it apart, it won't slide apart. So now there's these nut bolt and lock washer that you gotta use. So What I used for this is a 7/16 inch end wrench. You put it in the hole there, and then do this with one hand. You won't be able to, but you put the lock washer on there, and then the nut. I'm gonna get it pretty tight. Then you just tighten it more with your wrench, and then you can put in the second one, and then you're ready to put in the drill section. Put the back over here. Tighten this. Now, so here's the end rail, and if the header bracket isn't attached, you gotta notice which end is which. So this end has two holes, and they're closer together than the ones on this end. So, and with this, you want to hook up the one that's closest to the end of the rail. And then here's the header bracket. So, also, another thing, so I don't know if you can see, but there's this right here that I'm pointing to. So, that piece of metal is bent down for a stop. So, if you're, for any reason, having trouble sliding it in, I don't know if you can see it, it's in there, right where my finger, by my finger. So if you're, for any reason having trouble sliding it in, look under to check to make sure it's not hitting this. And it's easiest to cut the tape off. I had to cut this piece off when I was putting it together the first time. But once again, make sure you're putting it in the same slot. In my case, it's the top slot. And you just slide it in. Now I'm going to move my boxes over to the other end. Alright. And then once again, you have the same, you have the black liners you need to put in first. And then you tighten the nuts and put them on. It isn't taking me as long to put it together as the first time, because first time once again, I was having trouble with the tape getting stuck, and also I was I just kind of had to figure out which parts would go where and stuff. But now we have the rails done, so now we can take the trolley. So here's the trolley. It's really big. Alright guys, sorry I'm gonna have to edit this together, but and this is a reshoot, by the way, because I was using my tablets over there, but the second part, it was lagging out, and I really didn't want to upload that, so I'm gonna use my camera for now. But again, here's the trolley. It's big for a trolley, really. And I'm gonna set this down here because I can only do this with two hands, but so you see that metal piece sticking up. Oops, if I disengage it, you can see that you don't see it unless I re-engage it there. So yeah, but I just realized that I realized I can't slide it on with the header bracket there, and I don't want to take it off, so I'm just going to take the third rail section off, and then I'll show you how to install the trolley. Alright, so I'm using this to get the black liners out, because when I was taking it apart to show you guys how to put it together, I couldn't get the black liners out, and it still is kind of difficult. It's probably a little quicker. It's probably a little quick. So, now, putting this together, so when you're putting the trolley on, you want to put the flat side of the trolley, the tape, into the trolley. I don't know if you can really see, and then rotate it so it's horizontal, and you can slide it on. And so when you're sliding it on, make sure the emergency release lever is pointing towards the garage door. So there are two ends of the trolley. One end the door hooks up to. The other end is for the emergency release. And you want the side with the emergency release to be hooked up. To be pointing toward the garage door opening. Okay, and so now the next thing I'm going to do is put together the dorms. So the dorms are right here, and something I want to make a note about is that, so this is a Genie dorm, and Genie arms are longer than Chamberlain arms. So you can see from my LiftMaster 8365, kind of, and then here's the one for the Genie. The one for the Genie is longer for the curved arm. Okay, so that's why Genie arm's better if you have low head and you don't have room for both arms. And I don't really like cutting them off either. But the straight arms are shorter, I believe. Yeah, the straight arm is shorter, so. Yeah, but I'm gonna put this together now. So Now when you're doing this, you want, so there's the clevis and cotter pin. So this is the clevis, and then the cotter pin's here. I'm not going to use the cotter pin, but here's what it looked like. And then you spread the ends. And what you do, I'll try to do this. So sorry if something's blocking, but you want to put it so that you can see the hole. And then put the cotter pin through, just like that. So you slip it through the end and then put the cotter pin. And then, the clevis pin. And then the cotter pin you can put in as well. I don't really want to have to get that out anymore, but yeah. And then you take the curved arm here, and I'll set the camera up here for this, but then you'll want to find the right way to hook up the arms. I'm just going to do like it was when I first got it. Well, yeah, I'll just do it like it was when I first got it, but you put the bolt in. And I like to get both of the bolts in first, and you want to make sure you pick the holes when you're putting them in the holes. You want to make sure you pick the two that are as far apart as possible to make the door more sturdier if you're going to hook it up to a door. And then once you have that done, just adjust it how you need, and if you're tightening them, what you use is a 9/16 inch wrench. That's what I use to loosen them, and then you can engage it. And now the next thing I'm going to do is wire up the wall control. So, because that's the only thing left to do. Now, the first thing I'm going to need is more wire, because I only have 2 wires already stripped and stuff here. But so the hardest part about this is usually, so the hardest part about this is usually splitting the wire ends, splitting them apart so you can strip them, but I'm just going to cut the wire short here, and then you gotta split them. So I do both ends here. So I like to take wire cutters and then cut the insulation in half. Split them, and you can just usually pull them apart. I can usually just pull it apart from there. It's not always easy to split them. Oh, there we go. I got it there. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. Alright. Now I just see how much time I've left. Alright. And then you split them. So I like to start with one that's too big. So I'm going to start at 14. Nope. I think it was 18. Let's try 16 now. So these wires are, I believe, 18 gauge, yep. So we got it stripped. So it's just how you strip the wires. I'm going to strip it a bit more though. It's really not that hard to strip, you just gotta gotta get the right size. But yeah, so I'm gonna make another part now because I can only do 10 minutes on this camera. Alright, the next part of putting together my track drive, I'm stripping the wires. I'm stripping the wire for wall control. I need 4 of them because I'm looking at my 4-wire Genie that I showed you guys. And by the way, when I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you guys about something. So on eBay, I ordered a couple new remotes. And by the way, I actually know I haven't gotten a video of my full collection yet. I need to get to that sometime soon, so I will try to find a time this summer. Yeah, so, but what I ordered, a GT90-3 and then a 953 CB original. I already have the new 953 CB, but not the original. Anyway, just gonna put this and put it here. So now we have our 2-wire strands. So I'm gonna use, now what you gotta do here is loosen the terminals. What you want to do now is you loosen the terminals at the wall button, so you don't remove them. You won't actually take them out. So get it loose enough that you can wrap the wire around. So now, to make this work, you need to at least hook up the W and B for it to be able to open and close. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the W and B first. So W terminal is for power, is my guess, and then B is opening and closing the door. It's kind of cool back then how they didn't know how they could get just 2 terminals, because that's what they had to do back then, is have 4 wires running to the console. They also have a Chamberlain 4-wire. I have a video of that on my channel. Alright. So there's 2 of the wires. Here's power, and then here's opening and closing. I'm going to get my other 2. So Y is for light, and then G is for lock. So you want to bend these so that they'll go around the terminals. And you can usually do that with your hands. Around the terminals. Oh yeah, and when you're doing this, make sure that there aren't any wire ends, any 2 wire ends that touch each other, and make sure they don't touch. If a wire is connected to a terminal, make sure it's not touching any other terminal. So make it short, and it'll start acting up. So here are the wires connected. So Now I gotta do the connections at the garage door opener. So I am not sure which goes to which, but I'm pretty sure 1 and 3, terminals 1 and 3 each have one wire, and terminal 2 has 2 wires hooked up. So I don't really have a good spot to put the camera to show you guys hooking it up there, but I can show you when I'm done. And then the limit switches, and then I'm pretty much done. So let me just move this. So again, you don't want to take out the screws. Just want to loosen them so that you can fit the wire around it. I do wish these terminals were Phillips head screws, because it would make it a lot easier to do and undo them. Oh my gosh, this one was. A minute, I'm just trying to get terminal 3 of this. There we go. I don't know why they have that so tight. Terminal 3. Alright, so I don't know which wire would go to which terminal. That you guys will have to figure out for yourselves, but again, one wire for terminals 1 and 3, 2 wires for terminal 2. So I have one wire. Once again, I have one wire hooked up, terminal 1, 2 wires at terminal 2, and then 1 at terminal 3. Now tighten them. Try this left-handed. There's terminal 1. Let's get terminal 3 first. Alright. So now I'm pretty much done. So, there we go. Terminals 1, 2, and 3. And then here's the wall button. So yeah, there we go. That's me putting it together. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have enjoyed my video. If you have, be sure to hit the like button. And of course, if it's been helpful to you guys wanting to show a track drive. But yeah, check back soon, guys, and subscribe to the channel. See ya. Bye. Actually, guys, forget it. I am not done. I still need to install the limit switches. Now, I'm going to make this kind of quick. I'm not going to run it through the groove, but I'll get to that when I have them installed. So, here, I'll bring the camera over. Show you guys. So, when you're putting up the limit switches, when you gotta flip this back so that it goes on easier, but slip that under the groove, and then you can snap it on. So slip it under the groove, and then you can snap it on. To adjust it, you just slide it. You can slide it back and forth. And then there's this groove in the rail that you slide this, that you press it into, which I'm not gonna do it into the, press it into the rail. That took forever and it hurts to do it. So I am just gonna run it like this. Now, this one, the connector on it is broken, so that's kind of unfortunate, but just guys. I'm just gonna tie the wire up to hold it in place since I can kind of press it in there. Not much though. I'm not pressing it in really hard because I don't know about these models, but on some other Genies, there are wire clips that help hold the wire in place. I don't know about this model, but I wish, if it does, I wish I had the wire clips for it. So I'll make it look easy. Alright. So as you can see, I ran it through there, and now I'll do the up switch. So it has the same installation, so I'm not going to show it to you. Alright, and now for connecting, I'm assuming this would be for terminal 1 right here because it's kind of goldish something, but this one I'm just hooking up to terminal 2 for now, so just push it on hard. The last thing I'll do is plug it into my outlet here. It's not real, but you know, it'll work. I got about all this electrical stuff in my box here, but yeah, so that is, so there you go, that is actually, this is the actual complete assembled model. So hope you guys enjoyed. If it's been helpful, once again, if it's been helpful, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel to get updates on videos. And yeah, so we will see you later. And if any of you guys know how to get this out from here, go ahead and tell me. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Check back and subscribe. Bye.